Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome back to the UGBC and another team building episode for the UGBC. This episode, if you haven't quite figured it out from the title, but you should, is the team building episode for our quarter-final matchup. So, if you guys missed out on last week's battle, at the end of it, I informed everybody that the league is being cut short and we're going straight into playoffs, and we are going. Everybody's going to make playoff. Everyone's going to make playoffs, but your matchup is going to be dependent on your record. So we didn't get I'd say we got a tough match. I'm not going to lie, we got a tough match despite our winning record. We got a very tough match in Corey, and Corey is the coach of the Chicago Granbulls. He's also one of the founders and commissioners of the UGBC. So shout out to him for doing such a good job with the league so far. And he's got a very scary team. He's got a very, very scary team. He's got Mega Venusaur, Heatran, Weavile, Zapdos, Haxorus, Elf, Granbull, Blastoise, Quagsire, Ditto, and Swellow. So it's going to be a tough team to break down. He's got a lot of bulk. He's got a lot of bulk, so it's going to be a bit tough to break down. But he's got a bit of power behind that bulk. He's got Haxorus and Weavile and Elf, who are very, very threatening. Himself can do everything. Like, it can do everything offensively. It can U-turn. It's a physical attacker. It's a fantastic special hitter. It can do everything offensively, and we'll have to figure out very early on in the match what the hell does it say Elf do. It's going to be a tricky one, but I'm relatively confident we can do okay. Do okay. He has said, he's come out and said in the chat that he's bringing bulk. He actually named his team. He said he's bringing Mega Venusaur, Heatran, Zapdos, Granbull, Blastoise, and I believe he said Quagsire. As well. So he said he's going to bring bulk. Now, I ain't taking him on his word on this. Now, he can bring bulk, but I'm not taking him on his word that that's his team. I'm pretty sure he's just saying that to throw me off. So I did what I normally do, and I built a team for whatever mons are on his roster. But this week, I think I went a little bit nuts in my team building. Now, granted, solar panel looks relatively fine, but I kind of went a little bit nuts later on-ish. I think maybe halfway, I kind of decided I was going to go a bit wild. So I'll just get right into it. So first off, we have solar panel to Heliolisk. Rocking out with Hidden Power Ground, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Grass Knot. Hidden Power Ground for Heatran, Volt Switch for Initiative, Thunderbolt to hit that Zapdos as hard as I possibly can, and to hit the Blastoise as hard as I possibly can, and the Grass Knot for that Quagsire. So, and you know something, I think it kind of covers a good few. It covers a good few mons. Mega Venusaur, this Heliolisk can't touch Mega Venusaur. Flat out, just can't touch it. So we'll have to play around that. Heatran, we do 50% to especially defensive Heatran with Hidden Power Ground, which is fine by me. I don't mind that. If I get two-shot it, I'm happy. And that's what left that's what left over recovery. Looking at his team again, the Weavile, we don't have the greatest defense, so I'm not going to stay in with it. Haxorus, it's Haxorus. One D-Dance and Haxorus destroys things. Elf, I think, it can do a little bit of working against Elf, but how can Elf cover later on? And the Swallow. Sorry, it covers the Swallow. I knew it covered another mod. It covers the Swallow as well. So I thought that it kind of it did a good job. I thought overall the team did very, very good. It kind of covers a lot. Now, granted, if Swellow comes in clean, I'm a bit scared because Swellow's got a monstrous speed stat, and it will outspeed. If it's guts boosted, I'm in trouble. But I think Solar Panel will do this fine. I really think so. I think it'll be fantastic, and I think it will do the work that needs to be done. Now I kind of go a little bit nuts, and I slowly get a little bit nuttier. This one isn't too nuts. We've seen this Jirachi before. We've seen this Starman before. It's the Shuckleberry, especially defensive Jirachi, I brought back in week 1. I'm rocking out with Thunder Wave, Zen Headbutt, Wish, and Iron Head. Thunder Wave, I'm literally going for the Power Flinch. That's what I'm doing here. I look at his team and I see that Weavile is fast, Self is fast, Haxorus, 1D dance, that's crippling. But after that, we can kind of play around with it, just a tad, and I reckon Starman will do it. Starman will cripple it. Starman will cripple it and give us a little bit. It'll give us a little bit more initiative. Well, a little bit more speed advantage with the rest of our team. So I went with T-Wave. Also, Power Fence is fantastic on Drochi. We've seen that before. It's just fantastic. I put Zen Headbutt on it for the Mega Venusaur. I initially had Stealth Flux, but I just looked over the team again. I was like, I have nothing for Mega Venusaur. I need Zen Headbutt. I wish to be able to pass off wishes like I did against Jacob in week 5, and I have Iron Head just for the likes of Weavile, and just be able to just I'm for the Gallade, and just to be able to get damage off and stuff and just flinch it. It's just that's it. Like there wasn't that much thought put into it. Like I said, I've gone a bit nutty and. This doesn't seem that nuts. Like, I do expect the Mega Venusaur to have the Earthquake for the Jirachi, and that's the reason why I have the Shuka Berry there, just to be able to, take one EQ and just, or like, either T-Wave it or Zen Headbutt, depending on the range that the Mega Venusaur is at. So, I think that'd be fine. I know I can't use Starman as my switch-in for himself, until I know himself does not have Flamethrower. I know that much. I gotta be careful with it, and I will play it safe. Once I see that it has Flamethrower, I'm just gonna back away from the from Starman versus Elf until I absolutely have to come in with it. But now we get to the nutty bit, and now it gets to the fun bit. This is the bit I've been dying to use. I've been dying to use this Charizard, and I reckon, look, I could win or lose this match, so I might as well lose. If I do win, great. But if I lose, I might as well go out losing using a set I was really wanting to use on Charizard for so long, and I was saving for David, but I never got to play David. And it's this set. It's this Dragon Tail, Dragon Dance, Roost, Flare Blitz set. And this, and as you can see with the spread, this isn't the standard Charizard I've been bringing all season. Like this is a bulky one. It's got max H. Well, it does have max HP, but it's got enough where we have the uneven. HP, so we don't get crippled by rocks as much. 100 in defense, 160 in speed. This is a standard defensive Charizard, and the only difference is that I don't have Will-O-Wisp in this set. I have Dragon Tail, and the reason that is because I want to phase with this, and I want to phase with this because I want to phase this with rocks on David's side of the field. I'm looking at his team. He's got Blastoise as a spinner and Zapdos as his defogger. And I think that if I could just, wear it down a little bit and phase and get into the situation where I can Mega Evolve, or I can either A, Mega Evolve, or B, just D-Dance. And like with a bit of bulk behind me and then a bit more power with the D-Dance and a bit more speed with the D-Dance, Flare Blitz can kind of just come in and just nail things. Gotta be careful if he's bringing the Blastoise and the Quagsire combination. I gotta get rid of them two first and foremost before I even think about going sweeping with this, but I really want to have fun with this set. But this set doesn't work for me unless I have rocks on the other side of the field to literally just keep Dragon Tail and just whirl them out, keep getting that 12%, and just get to the point where I frustrate him to the point where I just frustrate him. but I'm really looking forward to using this. I really am looking forward to using this. This should be really good fun. Granted, it's nuts. And I know some of you out there thinking, Irish, what do you think you're doing? It's the quarterfinals. Be a bit serious, but I don't know. I just can't at the moment. I just can't. When I went to sit down Team Build, I just couldn't. I was just like, no, I want to use this. I'm using it. I'm using this match, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh well, it'll be fine. And then after that, I figured I haven't used Hitmonlee yet, so I'm going to use. I haven't used Hitmonlee yet, so I'm going to use Hitmonlee. And but it wasn't just because I hadn't used it. For this to work, I need rocks on one side of the field, on like the core side of the field. But I can't. But I don't want to bring defog. Now, granted, I can, but it means I have to set up the rocks again. And I figured less hassle, the better. And I hadn't used Hitmonlee yet, and I was like, screw it, I'm using Hitmonlee. That was it. That was all I was to it. I was like, I'm using Hitmonlee. And this set, you're probably looking at it now, thinking, what is going on? Actually, I haven't really set up yet. I do not want Jolly. I want Adamant. And you're probably thinking, Power Herb, what is going on? Let me explain. Rapid Spin for hazard support. Close Combat to get instead of High Jump Kick, because I like granted I'm losing 10 base power, but I want to be able to hit what I'm going to hit really, really hard. Mach Punch for the Weavile and a bit of priority. Gotta love a bit of priority like that. And Bounce. And Bounce is a flying type move, which takes 2 turns. You know, so it takes 2 turns to charge. It's a bit like Fly. It takes 2 turns, goes up, comes back down. And if I can catch the Venusaur or the Gallade with Bounce, I'm in for a good time. Plus the Power Orb gets absorbed as well. So the Power Orb basically speeds the 2-turn move up to 1 turn, so we can just go catch it straight off the bat. So either the Venusaur or the Gallade is going to go down to the Bounce. Great time for us anyways. And if the Venusaur doesn't go down to Bounce, hopefully with that 30% chance to paralyze, we get it. I'll go back to Hitmonlee, and it should be a great time. I am praying we don't miss. 85% actually is the only downfall to this move. It's the only downfall to this strategy, but you know, I'm just looking at his team. He's got the Zelf that wants to come in and kind of deal with Hitmonlee if he brings it. The Zapdos as well is a bit bulky, you know. But outside of that, like, he doesn't really have much that wants to come in and deal with Hitmonlee that very well. Now the Mega Venusaur could be physically, like, could be bulky, and I might say, oh, I can kind of come in and take on this Hitmonlee because he's not going to have Ice Punch, but he might have Blaze Kick, might take Fat, so I can take that. So I'm kind of thinking, well, if I can catch you with a Bounce, you're gone, and if I can catch the Gallade with a Bounce, I'm gone, because Gallade could take one and bulk up and such. So that's the idea behind that. I kind of went a bit nutty with them too, but you know, I just had to have fun this week. I just have fun in the quarterfinals. Next, I said I'm bringing Regirock, the Big R. The Big R is back. He's won us a game. I still maintain he won us a game. He was one of the MVPs against Jacob. He was fantastic. And I'm bringing him again this week because I need rocks. I hadn't got rocks there because I took rocks off Jirachi for Zen Headbutt for Mega Venusaur. So I've Regirock for the rocks. And I also kind of need someone to deal with Zapdos and Swellow. And I figured I've one of the best flying counters in the game in Regirock. I'm just going to bring it. Now, granted, you know, Gilly kind of loves coming in on Regirock, and that's fine. But if he comes in on Regirock, if I see the Gallade switch, I'm T-waving, and the Gallade's kind of crippled at that point, and then I can just kind of come in with the Zard X, and then I can just, you know, have fun. I can have fun. But I'm going to run Stealth Rock's Stone Edge to be able to hit that Zapdos as hard as possible. Hit the Weavile as well, but I have Hitmonlee to kind of deal with it, but it's just another way of dealing with it. And hit the Swellow as hard as possible. I have the T-Wave for a bit more speed control, so Jirachi can kind of have a bit more fun with Iron Head and Dead Headbutt. And I have Drain Punch just for the Heatran. And that's pretty much it. I also like having T-Wave on Regirock because if he comes in with Haxorus and decides to D-Dance, I can just T-Wave the Haxorus and proceed to proceed to cripple it. Like a Haxorus not having been T-Waved is like a huge, like, it's something that he really cannot, that Corey cannot afford to have, because if he brings it, because he needs to be able to just D-Dance and proceed to sweep me. But who knows? Hopefully it'll work. And then last but not least, I have Darkness, the Mandibles, and every time I look at the set, I'm always double thinking it. But I've gone for a physically defensive set because I'm going with a very defensive team this week. I know you guys are probably wondering why am I doing it, but I'm doing it because I need the balance because I'm doing phasing. So I went for physically defensive Darkness. Overcoat ability because of that Mega Venusaur could have Sleep Powder, and if it does, I want to come in and take it. I'm rocking out with Roost, Foul Play for the Haxorus, Air Slash for the Mega Venusaur, and Whirlwind for phasing. And every time I look at Whirlwind, I'm thinking U-turn because I like the way I look at it. I bring in Mandibles, he brings in Heatran. You know, and it's just going to be back and forth. So I'm still in two minds about Whirlwind or U-turn, but I'm probably going to stick with Whirlwind because if I have the rocks up, then I can just Whirlwind it away. I can Whirlwind the Heatran away and bring in something else that he doesn't want to come into, and just kind of play around it. And if it gets to the point where I Whirlwind it and the Heatran gets worn down, like he doesn't want to stay in like that because the Heatran has no reliable recovery. He has to protect or sub or something like that. And as well, the Whirlwind stops subs happening on Darkness. So I think Whirlwind's the way to go. So that's the team. I know this is probably my shortest team building video I've done on in the UGBC, and it's mainly because I've just gone nuts. I've gone on nutty. I've gone on nutty professor on it, but I think it'll be fun. I'm not expecting this to be an easy game, but you know something, you just gotta YOLO it sometimes. So please, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Please click like if you to show your support for the Wexford Wailords, and if you're excited to see how this team's going to work out, I'm hoping it does. If it does, I'm laying claim to me being I kind of lay claim to being the wackiest person so far in team building, and if it doesn't, look, I had fun. So yeah, please click the like button if you enjoyed the video, and please show me some comments about what you think about the video and what you think about the team and all that kind of stuff, even the content. Love reading your comments. And please click subscribe if you want to see more Pokemon content coming your way. And on that note, you guys, I'll see you next time.